Good evening, Californios. It's Friday night, August 13th, 2021. This is Voices for the California Nation, and we are Red Star Report. First up, I'd like to say thank you to Andy Salas, James Henninger-Akiri, and Lucille Henninger-Akiri for allowing Red Star Report to have the interview opportunity to come and listen in our first segment of California Origins, Quiche Nation, in their own words. We learned a lot. And it is our hope at Red Star Report that we'll get a chance to feature more in their own words conversations with people from indigenous communities in more California Origins segments very soon. We'd love to hear from you. Anyway, for those that missed it, and if you did, you missed out, the two-part California Origins segment is available here on our YouTube channel, our Red Star Report YouTube channel. So I would suggest go check that out. Also, Red Star Report is happy to announce that we have been given the chance to moderate our first and possibly a final for this recall election CalExit candidate debate. A debate between Libertarian candidate Nicholas Wildstar and California National Party candidate Dr. Michael Loebs. So, FYI, we are slated to record that discussion on September 4th. So we may be delaying that episode of Red Star Report for a day or so to allow for post-production. Stay tuned and look for Red Star Report updates coming soon for release availability, because regardless of how you feel about this recall, these candidates are worth hearing. On a tragic note, and I mean that ironically, looks like Mike Lindell, the MyPillow fascist guy, isn't going to get his Donald Trump reinstatement. A development that means those Californians who are fearing the worst can rest easy. Personally, I wasn't actually losing any sleep over it. Okay, sorry, bad Hal. Had to go there. Finally, on this edition of Voices for the California Nation, I'd like to touch on the need for hashtag the new CalExit, as I mentioned it a few episodes back. As Red Star Report, I am not going to debate the origins or the originators of CalExit back in 2015. The fact that CalExit was, along with everything else, pretty much lifted wholesale and then modded from the Scottish independence movement by Yes California doesn't matter to this particular conversation. Particularly considering that the Scottish National Party stated in an article this week, The National, a Scottish newspaper, that they are now distancing themselves from Yes California and Louis Marinelli. I'm going to leave that right there for now, because this is in general not that unusual. Most political movements reach back for inspiration from similar previous movements, for symbols, slogans, and for inspiration. There's no crime in this. In fact, it's usually just considered a show of solidarity, and a starting place for an organization or a movement that acts as an outline or a template for what the real movement should grow into. Think of it like the construction scaffolding for a building. It's used temporarily to create the structure, but at some time that scaffolding is removed and the structure should stand on its own. Movement should do the same thing. Unfortunately, due to, quote, various factors, end quote, this has never really happened in the California independence movement. In fact, now, the old rotten scaffolding seems to want to ignore its construction failures by just claiming to be the building, because that old scaffolding only really concerned itself with how high its leadership could reach, and it didn't care about who it stepped on to get there. Sorry. The California independence movement simply can't accept that. We need hashtag the new CalExit because we need to move past all this. Where we start this time, though, is in the foundation. This time, we need to build from the grassroots up. There are really good things happening in the California independence movement. Now we realize that with the recall campaign, COVID issues, etc., that we in the movement all have a lot on our plates. So we will need to get clear first. But Wildstar Report would like to call for a new CalExit Convention. A convention of the true grassroots California independence movement, with our people to be live or online. Though remembering the convention in Sacramento, live would be preferable. With an agenda tailored to focus on building the movement's long-term structure, and not the short-term grab that brass ring at any cost goals, which have brought a few people personal fulfillment, but have ultimately been divisive to the California independence movement's credibility as a whole and have driven a lot of people out. We should have line items that would possibly include points like starting an all orgs, all in style California National Party recruitment drive, a moratorium on CalExit initiatives until a to-be-determined number of CNP party members is reached. And seriously, why can't we? We put at least as much cross-organizational effort into this as we did support for those doomed from the start initiative signature gathering events that we all remember so fondly. Besides, I can easily make the case that booth experience would be nothing but helpful for California independence movement people who may want to lead various types of movement chapters or are considering running for public office later down the road. A win all around. Personally, if and when COVID-19 numbers improve again, I think Shankar and I could possibly be convinced to do a nice casual Wildstar Report video California National Party sign-up and meet and greet event for SoCal right here in Long Beach. Anyone care to join me at a local beach just off a very busy bike path for some California independence fun? I'll leave that right there. This was this week's Voices for the California Nation. Now over to Shankar Singham for this week's Activism in Action. Go, Shankar.
Thank you, Hal. Welcome to another Wildstar Report Activism in Action. And, God, I hope everybody had a great week. It has been a hot week. Isn't it fucking hot? It's fucking hot right now. I mean, it's nighttime right now, and it's probably about 80 degrees. It's just unbearable. And we all know who to blame for this. This is the inevitable global warming nightmare scenario that's playing itself out for the rest of our lives, folks, and for the rest of our kids' lives. And we all know solely who to blame for that. You can blame China all you want, but they are not the cultural leaders of the world. You can blame 50% of this country, half this country, who never believed in climate change, like they don't believe in the virus. The stupids, folk. The stupids. I'm talking about right-wing GOP Nazi motherfuckers, dude. I've had it up to here with them. In God's honest truth, I've just fucking had it with them. Everything from their stupid masks, anti-mask, anti-vaccine, anti-fucking logic, anti-fucking knowledge, anti-fact. I mean, these people are willfully stupid. They want to be dumb. And truth be told, these people aren't the brightest, sharpest tools in the shed, but what you have exacerbating it is the evangelical church telling them what to think, what to believe, including that Trump is God, including that the vaccine is bad. I mean, and they believe it, folks. Trump is God. They don't believe in the vaccine. They don't believe in shots. They don't believe in global warming, any of it. dinosaurs and human beings lived together in the same time. We were all spawned from incest. That's what these people believe. That's who we're up against. Now, the Delta variant is running its course through the very areas that didn't believe in it. So Florida's getting struck. And if you guys ever want to watch a video of some of these people coming back, like dying and like on the respirator, like I should have took the vaccine. I thought it was all political. I mean, I just look at them and go, bye. And I have the same attitude to all these other fucks that don't want to get the vaccine or think it's all political or think it's fake or whatnot. I mean, you don't give a shit about your fellow humankind. You're making it worse for the rest of us by not getting the vaccine. You're making the virus mutate and different forms, variants are going to be coming out. Some that we're not going to be immune to, even though we have the shots, because of your fucking willful ignorance and stupidity. So I hope there's more videos of you guys dying on the table and with your last breath begging all your relatives to get the vaccine. Look, man, we've had your chance. I don't know what else we can do. We've thrown money at you. We've thrown incentive after incentive, and you guys still won't get the shot because you're stupid. You're literally stupid people. I mean, you're so stupid that you believe everything that these right-wing blowhards tell you to do. You believe everything that these evangelical churches are telling you to do. I mean, they tell you that the fucking sky is green, and the sky is fucking green to you that day, and there's no fucking qualms about it. I mean, are you that stupid? Are you that stupid to believe that going to the Capitol, storming the fucking Capitol of Congress, and then chanting murder of Congress members is it makes you look like a patriot? I mean, are you that fucking stupid? Trump thinks you're that stupid. Trump loves the fact that you're that fucking stupid. He knows how stupid you are. And look at what he's doing. The fact that you guys are the ones dying out of this virus more than anybody else. He ain't doing shit. Look at the governor of Florida. He ain't doing shit. He doesn't give a shit if more stupid people die. And you people are just falling for it hook, line, and sinker, man. Fuck, you guys are the stupidest. And the fact that you're proud of this stupidity, the fact that you're proud of being dumb, like Trump is dumb. He talks like a regular guy. He's a regular guy. He's a dumb man. Who own you guys? You guys are just below. Fuck. And we wouldn't even care, but you're fucking it up for the rest of us, man. You're fucking it up, man. That's my fucking rant for today, man, because honestly, I mean, journalists, scientists, educators, professionals in their field of study that have dedicated their lives to science and into the art or whatever, the crux of this society, they are the liars to you. They are the liars, and the game show host with multiple fraud lawsuits and multiple $1 million settlements is the truth sailor. So fuck you, man. Fuck you. Fuck you, you racist pieces of shit. Fuck you, you evangelical pieces of shit. You fucking want to destroy this country because it's not white, Christian, fucking Bible-thumping, gun fucking loving shit. So fuck you. And stay the fuck out of California. Anybody that fucking lives in this state that believes in that shit over there, you guys all need to fucking kick rocks too. Because you ain't bringing this state down. You motherfuckers trying to take our governor down now too. Payback's going to be a bitch, man. Hal, back to you.
Thank you, Shankar. It's time for talking points. So, want to have a little fun? Tonight on Talking Points, we need to bust a myth before we can even begin the conversation. Look, the American dream, at least as we used to think of it, is over. It's been over for a while now, and it isn't coming back. People talk about the new normal, but whether they're trying to MAGA America great again or Biden it back better, for California in the long run, the national narrative's political focus on the federal government and the delusion that Washington, D.C. can actually fix anything is actually as harmful to California as it is a waste of time. In fact, considering how bought and paid for Washington is, in many ways enabling the federal government by aligning ourselves with politicians 2,500 miles away, it's just Californians collaborating with out-of-state lobbyists with no interest in what's best for you or California. But what else can we really expect from a federal government where for decades their absolute driving principles have been, A, what's the most incremental solution we can get away with until the next news cycle? B, what's the least inconvenient solution we can think of that the filthy rich will accept? C, for good or bad, how do we stop the opposition party from ever getting anything done? And D, can we keep this dysfunctional circus going long enough to collect our donor checks for our next re-election campaign? It's a country where today's administration works to cancel yesterday's, and tomorrow's will work to cancel today's. A gridlocked, do-nothing partisan cycle that's been going on for 5 fucking presidents now, with no sign of ever changing. In a world with very big and very real problems. A world that's now passing America by. So now we have to ask ourselves, do we want to go down with that ship? This isn't California's fault. It's not fair. It wasn't supposed to be this way. I get it. And I know Californians that still want to fight to the bitter end for that good old American dream. It's hard to accept what we've been seeing for a while now, but it's true. That idealized, if not delusional, image most Californians had for an American dream never really existed. Worse, Californians now face the realization that most supposedly real Americans in the rest of these United States are willing to lie, cheat, steal, fight, and even kill to prevent us from having the kind of nation that we would want. And that vision dies hard. So what do we do now? We bust that myth. The American dream is over, and the American delusion needs to go away too. Talking point. Nostalgia is a problem for the California independence movement. Many Californians still believe the American dream could be just one election away, instead of accepting that it was gone decades ago, as they're beginning to suspect. In fact, this weird nostalgia for a never was America is preventing a lot of Californians from seeing what's been in front of them their whole lives. California is our future. Our vision of the American dream is actually just a repackaged and rebranded version of that California dream in the first place. We know this is true. A California dream that suffered as the U.S. government does every wealth and prosperity shifting trick in its power to steal from Blue State Peter to pay Red State Paul. That's what it means for California to be a donor state. We know this. And here we are. Joe Biden announces an economic recovery plan, but won't get through Congress. Elizabeth Warren announces a new wealth tax, dead on arrival. $30 trillion national debt, not a discussion. The voting rights bill, not a chance. Green New Deal, death by lobbyist. Police reform, pretend to care. Universal health care, not going to happen. Immigration reform, tell them don't come to America. Homeless crisis, no profit in affordable housing. Pandemic response, it's a hoax, even though there's 630,000 dead so far. And it goes on and on and on and on. A never-ending cycle of grand speeches and dismal failures while California literally burns. An American reality show all brought to you by New York-based infotainment channels that highlight their own version of what's good or bad or happy or sad for you. Like Barnum and Bailey ringmasters directing your attention where they want you to look. Pretending in endless election cycles year after year after year that somehow this Washington melodrama that comes complete with comic book quality heroes and villains who always sell out democracy to the highest bidder can ever fix anything without corporate permission, will ever somehow restore any part of that long-lost American dream. And we Californians have bought into this bullshit for years. Let's get real. Nostalgia for a lost American dream doesn't help California. In the real world, independence is the only thing that has any real chance to restore that California dream. California, please, get over it. No more U.S. nostalgia. California has better things to do. We need to shake this American dream / nightmare shit off, and let's move on. This is Talking Points. That's it for this week. Check out our website at www.redstarreport.com. Transcripts of Talking Points will be posted there. Also, be sure to subscribe to our Red Star Report YouTube channel. Go find our Red Star Report Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, etc., etc. Because if you want a real California independence movement media group, it's all about the algorithms. Our thanks to you and all our Red Star Rebels for watching. Have a great weekend. We are Red Star Report.